Hi, it's Kathy, the Backyard Stamper, and tonight I'm trying for my first time to show you my face, woohoo! And I'll be switching down to my desk view here shortly. But I wanted to say welcome. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed your time with family and friends. So let's get started tonight. Oh, we're going to use the Christmas Friends stamp set in the bundle actually, and it's going to be some fun cards I'm going to show you. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be using this Christmas Friends, which anytime there's an animal set, I am all over it. I just love them. They stay in my collection forever. So when I saw the moose, I knew. And the owl, I mean, we live in New Hampshire, so we see moose and owl frequently. So anyways, this is a card that we made at my recent card class that I hold in person twice a month. So this was one of my latest cards that we made, and I had a kit left over, and then I received this beautiful card from my friend Cindy Pimley, and I said, you know what, I'm going to use the moose, change this up just a bit, and have a moose card too. So this is Cindy's card. I mean, it's over the top beautiful. And she put a little magnet here, and the other part is under the DSP so that the card stays shut. Otherwise, these gatefolds tend to like keep swinging open. So thank you, Cindy, for sharing your beautiful card. It was definitely an inspiration for me tonight. So I'm going to leave that there so I can see. I'm going to kind of use her coloring on the moose a little bit, and I'm going to leave this here to show me what inspired the card layout. All right, so let me move the stamp set out of the way and bring in my supplies. So the only thing I added to this card was a circle to layer the stylish shapes. And I'll tell you the reason why is in my card class I had to tell everybody, careful how much you hang over because the blends bleed through. And even though this polar bear, see, didn't get much color, so I didn't have to worry about it, with the moose I will. So this way I don't have to worry about that at all. So because my pretty peacock will be covering. And then, so Cindy had this great effect of torn snow. So I took my stylish shape and a scrap piece of white, and I just cut a straight, you know, like a or a third of a circle even. So I got the stitching down below, but then I tore it, and now I have some snow. So I thought that was kind of clever. We'll see if we're going to use that or not. So I'm going to set that there. The circle came from the Stylish Shapes, and this is the largest circle in this die set. Okay, and then this is the circle that comes with the Christmas Friends stamp set or bundle. And let me show you the dies that go with that. Sorry. Alright, so the dies cut all the animals, and then they also cut some sprigs, some presents with bows and the ribbon cross, a little talk bubble, which I think is cute, a bow tie, some stars, and musical notes. So really, really fun. So the musical notes could go for the little mouse that's singing, and you know, you could do a bigger bow tie on the polar bear. I mean, just really sweet. And look at this saying, "Owl be thinking of you this season." So I love this stamp set, and I hadn't really had a chance to use it much, so I'm glad for today's opportunity. All right, so let's move my envelope out of the way and tell you what the card pieces are. So this is a piece. Let me grab my ruler here. Sorry, that was right by my speaker. Okay, so it is a piece of cardstock that is scored at 4 1/4 from the left side, and it's 7.5 inches total. So I cut off 1 inch. Okay, so I scored it first because it's really tempting to try to score it right down in the middle, and I did not want to do that. So I'm going to burnish that, and we'll go ahead and let me just check to make sure I can see your comments. Hold on one second. I forgot to sign in to my YouTube channel. So let me do that. Okay. Alrighty, so there we go. Okay, just checking. So, and this DSP measures 3 by 5 1/4. So this is from Winter Meadows, which I love that paper. I stocked up on it last year, and I didn't get a chance to use it, so I'm using it this year. And this piece here is another design from the Winter Meadows paper. And I'm looking for my tape that I put somewhere safe before I started, and now I can't find it. So let me see what I've got here for some adhesive here. I'll just use my liquid glue in my mini bottle. And I'll find it right when we're getting to the end here. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere our front piece, because we've got, this side would have been nice too for this design. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put that on here, like so. All right, and then this one's going to go on the inside on this strip, but I don't want to glue that down until I do my stamping, just in case I have to flip. So let's do that, and we can get that out of the way. And I borrowed this sentiment from the paper pumpkins that came out last month, and 2 months ago, sorry, it was in October, and it had, so it goes with the Winterly Treetop set, but it has Christmas greetings. So I'm borrowing one of the sayings, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right in Pretty Peacock. And I need this piece to come on to just show me a dry fit, because now this is my new area I want to center my words in. Oh, I got a lot of ink all over that block. All right, let me just wipe that off so I don't get it all over everything. All right, and we'll go ahead and set that aside for the moment. So now I can go ahead and glue this piece down. I'm just using my skinny bottle of the Tombow because I normally don't use glue on my designer paper or on my white, because I tend to get the bump that shows through. But it is nice to have just that little bit of wiggle room to make sure that my seam was covered. So that's going to go in just like that. So I can go ahead and put this on. And we'll go ahead and do it just like so. Making sure it's even. All right. Now let's work on our mousse. So these two pieces I'm just going to set aside for a moment. I've got my little snow in case we use that. And I need to stamp my mousse. So I'm going to stamp that in basic black, or sorry, wow, I dated myself. That's Memento Tuxedo Black. And with the bigger stamps, I find it easier to pick up the ink block and ink it that way. And I'm going to put him down towards the bottom because I also want to stamp my little tree. I'm not sure I'm going to use the tree, but I want to stamp it just in case. Okay, and that is going to be in the Pretty Peacock, and I'm going to just stamp that right here. There. All right. And while we got the Pretty Peacock out, let's go ahead and do our sentiment. This is where I love to use up the scraps from when you cut your inside piece. You always end up with a strip that's 1/2 inch, give or take, and it's perfect for doing our little sentiment strips. I mean, they would have just gone in the trash, so I don't care that that one's crooked because I am going to just redo it there. And I'll snip off the part that I don't want. And I am going to go pretty straight. Okay, so I'll set that aside. Now I'm going to close up my ink pad. Whew. This was my crooked one, so I'm going to get rid of that. All right, so let's go ahead and color this in. I'm going to put a piece of paper underneath my table area. And let's see here. Cindy looks like she did the pecan pie for the mousse and crumb cake for the rack and the snout area, and looks like red and white for the scarf. So so when I have my class, I usually tape the brush tip off so that they have to use the bullet side, because that can take a lot more wear and tear versus the brush tip is, you know, more fragile. And so I usually tape the brush tips shut so they can't use them in the class, and they do all their coloring with the bullet tips, which works just fine. So I'm going to use the brush tip here to color with, and I'll give you a couple of tips about that in just a second here. Sorry, I have to take this Scotch tape off. Forgot about that. All right. Hey Bonnie, how you doing? Thanks for popping on. I'm trying something new with a, I showed my face earlier, so I'll show it again in a little bit, but I So I'm just using a different camera, so you'll have to let me know how the lighting is and the sound and everything. All right, so we've got our light here, and I'm going to just kind of go around. What I like to do is add the border so that it kind of frames out my coloring area. And that way I can be a faster colorer. Okay, so we can fill that whole side in. See what I mean by framing it in? You've got a boundary there, so you can do that. Now we'll go over here and do this side. And up here we'll do the moose. All right, just about done with that. And then I'm going to come in with my dark pecan pie. And using where the artist made their like cheater lines, if you will, I'm going to add some of my color there. And any place that I feel like might have a shadow. Okay, and then I'm going to blend that out with my light again. And I didn't realize I didn't put my cap on, so you do want to cap your alcohol markers in between. Don't leave them hanging out there like I just did. So to blend it, you just want to use small circles over where, and bring that dark back into where the light area is, and it will just kind of help blend it right in. All right, so that looks good. Now let's do the rack. I'm using pumpkin pie for the rack. And again, I'm just going all over with the light, and then I'm going to come in on the cheater lines with the dark. And that is following Cindy's coloring, which I liked how hers came out. So I am casing it. She was kind enough to send me one of her swap cards, so I appreciate that. Okay, and let's just add a little bit of the dark going over the cheater lines. And a little bit around the face here. And then blend that out to soften it. Oh, I love these alcohol markers. What did we do with it before them? All right, so we can get rid of those colors. And I'm going to do my scarf in Pretty Peacock and red. So Cindy used white. I might go all three. We'll see what we're going to do. And I did switch to the bullet tip now because I got to get into some small areas. So if I go green, red, and white, green, red, and white. So we'll do that and see how that looks. Let's see, green, red, white, green, red, white. Here's another green, okay. And then green, red, We'll do that here. Red, white, green. Okay. And that will bring in that pretty peacock onto our card. And I'm going to do the stockings in peacock, pretty peacock, and I'll do the skate in red. Because you know what? It's a whimsical moose. Oh, let me see if I can. I will try. It's new to me, so let me see if I can do that. Let's see here. I don't think I can in the middle, and if I could, I'm not sure how. So let me just, I'll bring it up to show you what I'm doing. I will figure that out on the zooming, and oops, and then get back to you on that. So this is light cherry cobbler. I know this set, I mean, I've had it for a while, and I just used it for the first time at my class, and I'm like, oh, I have so many ideas with this set. I feel like I'm running out of time to do them, but I keep all of my animal sets because they're just way too cute. There. So I've got 3 colors. On my moose. Okay, and then I need to do the skate blade too. So let me get a smoky slate. And you know what? That's going to be tough to get into that little spot. I should have used my Stampin' right. But we'll give it a go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let's get all this out of the way here, and we'll go to the die cutting machine. So let me bring you back. There I am. I'm learning how to do this. It's so fun. Okay, so I have my die cutting machine set up right over here. And I need my die, so I'm using the moose and the tree die. And this way I don't have to shake my table. And most of you know how to do die cutting, but if anybody is new and doesn't, then they can let me know, and I will be glad to show a closer version. And I'm just using a little bit of Post-it tape to help hold the dies in place. And let's see here, I want to make sure I don't cut the moose's nose off. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't have a fancy background like a lot of the stampers because I'm using a spare bedroom as my stamping room. So I have my bookcase with cardstock, and I have some ribbon and my die cutting machine areas behind, and some cards hanging on the door over there, right there. It's actually backwards to me. That's why I'm like going, where am I? All right, back to the hands. So here we go. We did our little Charlie Brown tree, and my little moose. All right, and I'm going to fix my little tree because I did miscut that a little bit, and that'll be fine. I'm just going to kind of fix the right hand side of it. So it looks like it is supposed to. There. Now, no one knows, right? Okay, so let's bring in our circle. And so my moose is going to kind of go like that. And I did my snowbank here. My torn edge one. And then he's going to kind of go like that, which is cute. Okay, so let me put this on here. I think I want to lay one down. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to tuck the other one underneath it. So at the beginning I had explained how I did this little snow. I just took a scrap and cut a little piece, part of like I took a scrap and I just did this with my stylish shape, and then I tore it, and that's how I got the snow, but it still has the circle shape from that follows the stitching and everything. So I'm just roughing that one up, and then this one I'm going to tuck behind. Oh, I think it went the other way. Yeah, like that. And that is my fake snowbank, and I'm just going to tuck it so it doesn't look quite so even there. Just like that. Pretty cool. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. All right. Oh, it's so cute. All right, and then what I want to do is just rough up this snowbank a little bit, so they kind of pop up without being popped up. And then I have my moose, and he's going to go tra-la-laing on the snowbank, which should be like a ice skating rink, but that's okay. I'll put some pool party right there. And that'll be our little ice skating rink with the snowbank covering it. There. And so he's going to be like that with the snowbank. I think that looks cute, and I'm going to also take the color lifter and I'm going to lift some of that pool party off. It takes a little bit to dry and start fading. See, it's fading, and then we'll pop this guy up. Let's see here. I've got some end pieces here that I want to be sure to use up. So and I love using every little bit of the dimensional package. I'm overdoing it with the dimensionals, but that's okay. I was at my mom's today and we made Christmas cards, and we finished. I helped her make hers, and we did $1.49. So I was pretty excited to get that done. I told her it was a record. It was December 1st, and she had her Christmas cards made, so that was pretty nice. All right, there's my mousse. So if my mousse goes here, I think I want my tree. I'm going to have my tree back here. I think that looks good, but I'm still going to pop my tree up just because I can. All right, so let's go ahead and put that. I'm going to tuck it kind of in there, behind that one snow. And then I got to take all these dimensional backings off. That's the only thing about when you use a lot of dimensionals. This is the payback. But they sure make your cards look professional. All right, so there's our mousse. We'll put our tree a little bit straighter, and just like that. I think that looks really adorable. So now he's going to go here, and let's do our Happy Holidays. I've got a little tiny strip of Pretty Peacock that I'm going to mount my Happy Holidays on. So I'm just going to frame that in like so and give it a clip. And we'll attach that. I hope this inspires you to get your Christmas cards in too. Bonnie, how are you doing with your cards? Okay, go ahead and do that. Then I put that towards the bottom. Like so. And then I'm going to pop this guy up. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that my dimensionals don't go past. So I'm centering the mousse on left to right. But you just want to make sure you don't put any dimensionals. So from his antler or that part of the rack down, I don't want any. So I'm going to actually put them on this part first, and then I'll do all the rest of them. Oh, isn't that nice? That's great. Okay, so he's well supported, and we'll go ahead and put the backings off on this and these two. And again, look for the centering. And oops, yeah, I had my tree going crooked. All right, so there's my mousse. Oh, look, and it's perfect. And even though that little bit of the rack is overlapping, there's no coloring showing, so that works great. And I just want to put a little bit of bling on, and this card will be done. I'm going to use the little bling from the Winterly Treetops Suite. They're the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems, and I'm going to use these white ones. And get my take your pick. And I'm going to put some out here. And do a medium-sized one up I guess I'll do it right there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 2 up there and 2 down here. And I know that's only 4, but I also want to put one on a star on my tree. So I have these retired stars, and I use them every opportunity I can to try to use them up, because you can only use them one time of the year. So I've got my star there, and I'm going to just put that right there. There. And this card is done. I should put some Wink of Stella on though. Let's do that. We definitely need it down on the ice. And my snowbanks. Yeah, that makes a big difference. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. And we'll go ahead and do our mousse. I'm going to be careful and not do the scarf because I don't want the red and green to run. So just the mousse will get it. And I can do the skating boots. I'll just do all the red there. Actually, I'll just go a little at a time and do each color and double check it before I switch colors. You can never have too much Wink of Stella on your cards. There. That looks great. All right, so here's my original card inspiration, and then my swap card from my friend Cindy Pimley, using the same set, totally different layout and colors. And here's my take on my original layout with using Cindy's coloring. So I think that looks pretty sweet. So let's go back here. So thank you again. And let me, I just wanted to tell you about, I've got a couple housekeeping. Sorry, let me switch you back. So my Black Friday weekend special is still going on with the my adhesive kit, and the special thing about this is I've made a personalized glue dot box for everyone, and you get a glue holder and you have your choice of blue, teal, or purple. And then it comes with adhesive sheets, tear and tape, large and mini dimensionals, an adhesive eraser, and my personalized glue dots and Tombow liquid glue with the holder. And this weekend it is $5 off the normal price, so it's $35 instead of $40. And if I need to ship it, then it's $8 extra for the shipping. So if it's something you're interested in, please leave a comment or send me an email at backyardstamper@gmail.com. And starting on Tuesday, they're going to be having the Last Chance products come out. And the Last Chance products is replacing the clearance rack. So everything that retires, whether it's an online exclusive or in our catalogs, except for Paper Pumpkin, will be on this Last Chance products. When it's sold out, then it will be removed from here and it will be on the discontinued list, and that tells you that it's not coming back. But Last Chance products are while supplies last, so that's coming on December 3rd. And this month's host code is ZKTNECY6, and anyone who places a $40 order or more before tax and shipping at my online store will receive a free card kit with supplies to make the 3 cards that I will feature this month. So this November's kit is going out in the mail probably by the end of the week. So look for that if you shopped with me last month. And I appreciate any and all orders. And that's it for now. I hope you have a great rest of the evening and a happy week. Take care, everyone.